Let me see what's going on over here. Okay, now we on YouTube. Now we live. I don't know what's up with this StreamYard and YouTube. Sometimes this thing be taking this sweet time coming on and whatnot. So shout out to all my people coming up in the X/Twitter space. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and share out tonight's space. Share out tonight's space from the people that's going to be over there on YouTube coming in as well. To y'all, make sure y'all share tonight's broadcast. If y'all missed last night's broadcast, any broadcast this week, check it out. We've been putting out one every night since Monday, so definitely check out those broadcasts. Last night we was talking about a foreign woman, I believe she's supposed to be Nigerian, making wishing for death threats against black men after the election. So that was a pretty good space/broadcast/podcast. Make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you check that out. Tonight we're gonna be talking about the BET Black Man Summit review. What's up, Extreme X? What's up? What's going on with you? Extreme says hello, black people. Last night was epic. Yeah, it was a good one last night. Extreme. Shout out to my boy Quad up in here as well too. Tonight, man, we're gonna be talking about this thing, the BET Black Man Summit. I want to get everybody's opinion on that, everybody's thoughts on that. Of course, DL Hughley hosted it, and you had a number of black celebrities that also took part in it as well too. Jermaine Dupri as well. He was one. He was another host, I believe, of it as well too. So I want to get everybody's perspective of it. They're trying to hit hard and heavy right before the election time. They're going ahead. They're pulling out some of the big hitters. They're trying to get everybody. They're making that last ditch effort, trying to get that last push, trying to secure the voters. Now you kind of see that black men are kind of taking a priority. People want to go ahead and say, you know what, we want to go ahead and try to court the black man vote. It's only been, I don't know how many months that they started really putting this effort into actually trying to secure black men votes. They say, you know what, let us go ahead and push this out. I think that also, I tweeted out earlier today. Let me find that tweet. I tweeted out earlier today. There was something that I believe Roland Martin and them had also in Tennessee. It was Brothers for Kamala. That was a function that they held, I believe. I'm not sure if it was in Tennessee. I can't remember where it was at, but it was a function that they held. They called Brothers for Kamala. So they're trying to go ahead and they're trying to get that push. What's going on with you, Nightfall and Extreme X guys, as well over there on YouTube as well too. So yeah, it's really been a blitz of late. It's been really a blitz of late, trying to go ahead, drum up support from black men, trying to go ahead. Because if people think that this thing was as much in the bag for as they claim it is, she wouldn't be hitting that hard trying to get black men. You see what the agenda she had a week or two ago. DJ said he's starting up the phone. Okay, that's what's up. DJ started up. When you get a chance, come through. But yeah, they're putting on a real blitz right now, trying to get the black male vote. Sometimes that old expression when they say too little, too late may be coming to ring. True for them as well too. Now I expect them to get a significant amount of black vote. I'm not going to sit up here and say that they're only going to get 50 or 60% of the black vote. I'm not saying that black male vote. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But I think they see a significant portion of black men not happy with them, really pissed off with them. And they're saying, you know what, let us go after them. Let us I don't know what's up with this damn YouTube. Professor, give me 1 second, man. Let me go. I have to open the damn thing up and close it back because they keep sitting up here talking about you can only have one host. So chill right there, Professor. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead, close it out, and then come back, and it should allow me to go ahead and bring you up as a co-host. Like this X Spaces, these Twitter Spaces. I don't know what the hell it is with the technology. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is, but it'd be like the crappiest thing sometimes. So let me get you up here, Professor. Let me see now if it'll allow me to get you up here. Okay, you should be able to accept that, Professor. You should be able to accept it. I hope our people not having some issues. I see a bunch of people popping in, popping out as well too. So I hope there's no issues. Did you guys have any issues coming into the spaces? Did you guys have any issues coming into the spaces? Let me see. Anybody having any issues coming up in here? Can you guys hear me? Professor, can you hear me? Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't have any issues coming up in here.
I see our people.
But it might be another update too now, so let's check for updates.
Yeah, I updated mine. So guys, check your updates. You got to check them updates. If you don't check them updates here on X, it's gonna kill us. It's gonna kill you trying to get up in here. I'm just being real. You gotta hit them updates. I check the updates right before I go live just to make sure they hadn't updated. Because if you don't check it, yeah, you're gonna have some issues with it. So I say, Andre, he said that he can hear me now and stuff as well too. Sometimes I'll even restart the space up just to make sure we can get our people all aboard and whatnot, because it was a decent amount of y'all up in the space, and then I just see everybody disappearing. Mel was up here, a number of other people was up here. Professor, I may go ahead real quick. I may do like I did last time and just go ahead and end the space real quick. I'm gonna stay live on YouTube, of course. End the space and just start it back up, because it seems like, people are having technical issues staying up in here. So I think if I restart the space up, it always seems to make a difference for them. So, Professor, give me 1 minute and we're going to come right back. Greg, Andre, give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to end this space real quick. Stay on YouTube, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start it right back up, okay?
All right, Toto. I'll be right here.
All right. So, everybody, I'm ending this real quick because it seemed like our people was having some issues, but we still live. We're going to come right back. I ain't finna take no time. We're finna get it right back up in here. I want to go ahead and start digging into it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's up. You got to update them phones, though, people. You got to update them phones. If you don't update them phones on these X spaces, it is going to be a crap show. It is going to be a crap show. So make sure y'all go ahead and get them phones updated. We live again, once again, and it's gonna be a good one tonight, man. And I love my people over there on YouTube. Like y'all be coming with it with the questions and the comments and stuff like that as well too. So keep that coming, everybody. Keep that coming. Definitely keep it coming. I want to read some of the comments. I enjoy reading the comments from YouTube as well too, so our people can actually see it and they can actually respond to it sometimes. So definitely keep that coming. We're getting ready. We're back live. We had to restart the space up. Because our people was having some technical issues last night. Nightfall. If you missed it last night, we got it over here on YouTube. So check it out. It was a good one. It was a pretty good space last night /broadcast/podcast. So if you missed it, it's already on the YouTube channel. Just go ahead and check that out. And it was a pretty good one. It says, Andre says you can't hear me now. Yikes. Can you hear me now, Andre? Because I restarted just because it was like the rapture. Everybody was popping in and popping out. So I said, well, let me go ahead and start it back up. That normally makes a difference. So that's why I went ahead and just started the actual space back up to go ahead and try to get you guys up in here as well, too. So definitely, guys, update your phones. Check the Play Store, because they do. Okay, now you can hear me, so good. Okay. So our people now, it looks like y'all retweet this out for me as well, too. Retweet it out. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. We're going to get it rolling, get our people up in here, get this thing back running the way it was. But yeah, man, the Black Men's Summit, you had the Black Men's Summit. You had the Black Men's Summit, and like I say, up in Roland Martin and a couple other guys. I think they had what was that? The Brothers for Kamala. So they're trying to go ahead and they're trying to drum up that support for Kamala Harris. They're trying to go ahead and see exactly what's what, trying to see what's what. But man, it could be too little, too late. It could be about too little, too late in terms of this right here. We're going to see exactly what's what. The election. I'm letting y'all all know we are going to have an election night podcast space, all that too. So we're going to have an election night podcast. So y'all make sure y'all come in, because we're going to be getting it in that night. It's going to be we probably going to start. I don't know if we're going to start at 8 or we may wait to 9, because it really gets rolling around about 9. So, but we may do one. It's going to probably be a long space. I can see it being a 3.5 hour type space as well too. So y'all definitely make sure y'all come in. Got DJ up in here as well too. So what's up, DJ? I know you had to update the phone. Professor should be back in here. He was in here a second ago, so Professor should be back in here. But I'm gonna go ahead. You can hear me, DJ?
Yeah, I can hear you. Newstoter was good. Shout out to the family. Yeah, everybody. X updated today. Update your phone. Update the app. Rather, update your phone. Obviously, you got an operating system update, but make sure you restart your phone. Make sure you restart your phone after updates. All right. Shout out to the family. Share the room, my family. Shout out to the screw tube over there.
Yeah, if you update your phone, guys, you still got to go ahead and restart it as well too. Like I said before, each time I host a space, I make sure I go ahead and I check for updates and restart it and all that other stuff as well too, because we know how crappy the reception are on these spaces as well too. So make sure you guys are doing that as well too. Now, let me go ahead and touch up on this thing right here. This is from BET.com. I don't know how many people actually saw the actual BET summit thing last night. Of course, I didn't see it because I was in the actual space, but I did get the actual article off the site, and it highlighted some of the high points of the actual summit. I'm hoping that we can get a couple of our people up in here that can also, if they got a chance to see it, let us know what they thought about it as well too. But from BET.com, this is what they have right here. It says 5 things you missed during BET's Black Men's Summit. Okay, and this is what they consider the most important things of the actual summit, so to speak. The BET Black Men's Summit was a treasure trove of information showcasing some of the most recognizable figures from various industries. Hosted by stand-up comedian and actor D.L. Hughley, the event brought back together Black men, including Jermaine Dupri, Michael Ealy, Vic Mensa, and others for in-depth conversations about the critical issues affecting their communities ahead of the 2024 presidential election. If you didn't catch last night's discussion, here are 5 essential things you missed. D.L. Hughley and Jermaine Dupri remind us all that Donald Trump was not responsible for stimulus checks. Holy crap. The narrative surrounding Trump's effort to secure aid for millions of Americans during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic has often been distorted. I feel like it's really important that we as men in this room give them the facts today. So Deaf founder Jermaine Dupri shared, cautioning young viewers out there that some of the news they hear may be misleading. Hughley highlighted there was a specific reason that Donald Trump, even though he didn't give those checks out, there was a specific reason he delayed them so he could put his name on it. He added, he knew that it would have an effect. Kenny Burns told us what Black male voters were thinking. Black men can speak for themselves, and Tuesday's conversation provided a platform for that. As speaker, Kenny Burns shared his insights into the community's concern. Burns hit the streets where potential voters voiced concerns about the economy, healthcare, and more. I think tax credits are very important for entrepreneurs here in Georgia. We also want to be part of the American dream. A lot of people I talk to want to have home ownership, and they figure out pathways how to get there. I think another big thing is child care and Black entrepreneurs. Burns shared. Vic Mensa made a space for Black women. Chicago-based rapper and activist Vic Mensa reminded us that women's rights were on the list of concerns. The MC called a time he felt unable to protect his sister, sharing there was a KKK rally in Memphis, Tennessee at the time, and I just remember how unable I felt to protect her. And that's a direct correlation to that becoming another possibility, he added. Just emboldening of the people who seek to destroy us and to destroy our mothers, sisters, nieces, and the women in our lives. So I think that issue is paramount importance to us. Michael Ealy weighed in on Kamala Harris's qualifications as president. I see Professor, I see you up in here, so I'm gonna send you the co-host. Trump's background in business, which has been questioned and subject to lawsuits, attracted many of his supporters during the presidential run in 2016, while Harris' career as a criminal prosecutor has drawn her backlash. During last night's discussion, Ealy spoke on a double standard, stating, "It amazes me oftentimes how many times Democrats have to provide receipts for all the things that they do and for all their qualifications. And yet on the other side, there's just no accountability." He continued, "When you look at what Kamala Harris, who's been a public servant basically her whole life, she is the most qualified candidate to run for president." Ealy and Hughley go on to address the widely circulated claim that Vice President Harris imprisoned thousands and thousands of Black men. So if you look at her as just a cop, which has been debunked. It's been the mythology, like Vic was saying. It was 45 guys, and that's it. Ben Crump spoke on the importance of supporting our community's LGBT members. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump delivered a reminder to those who felt one group was progressing more than the other. Everything has to be taken into context. When you think about civil rights, we must remember that if they can discriminate against them, then it makes it easy to discriminate against us. And they love to try to pit us against one another. I don't know what the hell Ben Crump was talking about. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but if this is supposed to be the 5 takeaways, the 5 important things, first off, are we really talking about a stimulus check? Is that like, I mean, listen, I don't think any of us would turn down the stimulus money we got. I'm sure all of us was happy to get some additional funds. It helped out. It helped pay bills and everything else like that as well too. But that's not one of the issues that most people in this country, be it black, white, or whatever, is thinking about in the 2024 election. Like, oh God, like, oh, thank you for that stimulus check. The stimulus check was what, 3 years ago? So I mean, what bearing, what importance did that have on the election? They're saying, well, Trump delayed sending it out just so he could have his name on it. That might be true, but a stimulus check is the least of our worries, the least of our concerns. So I really don't even know what they're talking about on that point right there. Vic Mensa, the rapper, he said something along the line that there was a KKK rally in Memphis, and he wasn't able to protect his sister, whatever. And I guess he's saying because of that KKK rally, that now I guess maybe he's trying to make a correlation between that and MAGA. That's another possibility, and it could destroy the lives of all the women in our family. Look, Vic, the KKK's been around since before any of us was born, and the KKK, even though we don't see them anymore, the KKK hasn't gone anywhere. They probably underground, but I mean, nobody in 2024, no black man that I know has any fear of KKK. In fact, and years ago, up here in the Tallahassee area, KKK came in one of our neighboring towns, and black people proceeded to beat the crap out of them up there. I mean, they started marching and whatnot, and they got wrecked up there. So the KKK marching doesn't do anything whatsoever to me, whatsoever in the least bit. I could care less about the KKK marching. This thing about what's her name, Kamala Harris, they're disputing that she locked up a bunch of black men. I guess Vic must have said it was only 45 guys. Now I need somebody to proof check that. I don't know exactly how they came around with that amount, but the exact number, but to say that it was a myth that it was thousands of people and it was only really 45 guys, I mean, we're going to have to put some proof behind that. Let us know exactly how it was 45 guys. I mean, I don't really know about that whatsoever. Ben Crump, his point that he was saying, the civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, I guess he feels like, I don't know if they're trying to put heterosexual black people against the LGBT community, because he was talking about support for the LGBT community members. I think black people, for the most part, give support to everybody in the community. I don't think that they're singling out or discriminating against LGBTQ members. He's talking about they could pit us against them or whatever. I don't see that. I'm surprised that when because it's like I said, I didn't see it. Anybody that you guys that did see it, because we had a space going on last night, come on up here and talk. I think the least of our concerns, like I say, is worrying about some of the stuff that they got highlighted. Like we have more. I don't see any on the 5 key points. I don't see anything talking about the economy. Like the economy is a major issue right now. Like the economy, and of course, immigration, and of course, I wouldn't expect at a Democrat-led rally or summit, whatever you want to call it, that they would talk about immigration. Like that's the one thing that I have not heard the Democrats, they don't want to address. They talk about, getting the borders in shape and stuff like that. But how often do you actually see these black talking pieces, these black celebrities and stuff mention about immigration? Like you never hear them mention immigration or talk about immigration or say anything about immigration or whatever. So that's something that they really need to dive into, but they want to go ahead and move away from that as much as possible. What's up, Professor? You got it? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, that Toto, and shout out to all the people, all the family in the space right now. If you celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween to you. Hopefully you're not out here scaring people. You just sit back chilling and enjoying life. and you're not actually out here trying to spook people, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, when it comes to this whole gay agenda, that LGBTQ, whatever, I could care less about that agenda. I could care less about that movement. The only movement that we should focus on as it pertains to Black American is Black American issues only. I don't like it when they want to tie in these other groups with Black American issues, because that's it. That's it, man. Just Black American issues. We don't need to hear about what's going on with some LGBTQ stuff, man. That belongs to white people. See, that's their stuff, man. Why y'all gotta loop that in with ours? See, I don't understand that. Take that stuff over there with the white people and the transgender stuff, all that. Take that over there with them. All we want you to focus on when it comes to us is the Black American issues. I could care less about speaking on gay American issues and lesbians and all this stuff. Transgenders don't want to hear it. Don't care to speak on it. Just want to focus on what's happening with our group as Black American. That's it. So if that Black American Summit total is not focused really on just Black American men and Black American women, Black American children issues, I don't care about it. I don't want to watch it. There you go.
Well, Professor, you saw in that, even when I mentioned that, I guess the rapper Vic Mensa, and I'm sorry, I don't know anything that the cat he raps about it, talks about it, anything like that as well too. So I'm not familiar really with his music like that. But he's sitting up here, he's talking about a Klan rally that took place in Memphis, and and he's talking about that could embolden other people. Listen, we got all kind of white nationalist groups and white supremacy groups in this country right now. I mean, the Klan is probably even falling back compared to some of these other groups and stuff like that. I can't speak for any other men, but I mean, I don't know. I personally don't know a bunch of black men shivering shivering about the Klan or these other groups of Nazis or skinheads or stuff like that. I mean, so to sit up here and talk about, well, this can embolden, like, when have they not had these hate groups in America? They've always had them, and they're going to continue to have them. And if you're here in the South, like you and I am, they definitely have them. And they have them also in these northern enclaves as well, too. They have them out there in the Midwest. They definitely have them up there in the Northeast. And they definitely have them out there in the Northwest states like Oregon and Montana and stuff, these survivalists and all this other kind of stuff as well, too. So sometimes the fear mongering and the scare tactics and all of that, whatever, like, the Klan has been around since after slavery left. And they have never been totally eradicated. They're still around. But nobody's worried about the Klan. Like I say, these boys came up to Tallahassee, I think 20-some years ago, and got worked over. And in a small little town, a neighboring town, got worked over by men and women. Women was out there putting hands on them as well, too. So, I mean, really, like, who's afraid of them? Who's scared of them? So sitting up here talking about you worried about the Klan and they're bolding, like, yeah, let them march. As long as they didn't march, if they know which neighborhoods to march in. Let's put it like that. They're not going to come all the way down in most of these all black neighborhoods marching and talking crazy and stuff like that, because they get the bejeebies beat out of them. So I don't even really see that. I don't even really hear that. And sitting up here, like I say, holding on to a stimulus check, man, listen, we want to know how our wages can increase. We want to know how you can slow down the flow of immigration. We want to hear all this stuff. We want to hear more stuff than just about abortion and all this other crap as well, too. We want to hear about, black business, how you're going to increase black business for black entrepreneurs. I know they said they mentioned that as well too, talk about tax credits and this and that, whatever. Look, we want to get access to grants, forgivable loans, all that kind of stuff as well too. And we want it exclusively for black people, black men in particular. So, how you sit behind there. A lot of times the Democrats, they have all these little perks and things like that for other groups, and they'll throw a few crumbs of black women as well sometimes too, to try to keep them down and to quiet them. Well, we want you to do the same thing to black men. Like they will throw a few crumbs of black women and say, well, you know what, we support black women and we're there for black women. Yeah, we want you to do the same thing for black men as well too. In fact, we don't just want crumbs anymore. We want the whole damn loaf. So all of this nonsense and this garbage. And I remember back in 2016, when Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. My God. And that's when I used to, and you know, I did vote for Hillary Clinton. So I'm not going to sit up here and say I did not vote for Hillary Clinton because I was still on the Democrats and Obama train and all that stuff like that as well. But D.L. Hughley, I kid you not, for months and months on that radio station, that's all he talked about. I'm like, damn, dude, the election is over with. All he talked about was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and how this and that or whatever. They're using these brothers right here. We mentioned it, Professor. I mentioned it. You mentioned it. We all mentioned it. They're using this. They see it. That they're trying to dangle this carrot. This is a last ditch effort. They're looking at these numbers because a lot of this stuff that they putting out there, these polls and stuff, what they talking about, it's neck and neck, and she's got a slight lead in these states and this and that. They worried about that. Rarely do you ever, and you didn't hear in the last election, you hear Joe Biden mention anything about doing nothing for black men. You didn't hear Hillary Clinton mention anything about doing nothing for black men. You didn't hear Barack Obama mention about doing anything for black men. You didn't hear Kamala Harris mention about doing anything for black men until 2 weeks ago? And then she came out with her agenda. So historically, if we just look at these elections and we can go back to Bill Clinton, we can go back to Jimmy Carter, these people never say anything about doing anything for black men. She mentioned about doing something for black men only because they started looking at these numbers. They started seeing the numbers actually starting to dip with black men, the support starting to dip. All these articles starting to come out telling black men were upset, black men were fed up, black men was this, black men was that. And all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute. Let us go ahead and see if there's something we can do to try to sweeten the pot a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of get them back on board. Let's see what it can take, what we can do. Well, we can sit up here and we can say, you know what, we'll try to get you guys in the marijuana industry. An industry that's already sold up and completely dominated by white people, but it's stuff like the marijuana industry. Now, you didn't say we're going to try to get y'all into the tech industry and get you guys more in line with tech and more in line with the financial sector, banking, and all this other kind of stuff as well. We'll get y'all in the marijuana fields and stuff like that, because let's be for real, all y'all do is smoke weed anyway. So let's go ahead and get you fitted up there with marijuana. Say nothing about all this other stuff right here, all these other industries that we could be participating in and that we should have ownership or stakes in or whatever. No, let's talk about marijuana. And she don't say that stuff to other groups as well too. So DJ, what's up? You up in the space? I mean, you still up in the space? I know you were doing something as well too. Did you? Who in there? I want to see if anybody of our people in here. Shout out to my girl Aunt Lai, Quadir, Nita. I wonder if any of our people up in here caught any bit of that actual Black Men Summit. Go ahead, DJ. And I see Nightfall got a couple because I want it's Nightfall always entertains us over there on YouTube as well. But go ahead, DJ.
I didn't watch it. I just saw like little clips of it. So I'll speak on the weed thing, but let's talk about what Jermaine Dupri said, and he don't know what we're talking about either. So D.L. Hughley was talking about something with jobs, right? And, you know, people are losing their jobs. Shout out to the people that just lost their jobs at the Pepsi factory. Somebody coming up with you. Let's see, so a lot of folks just recently lost their jobs at the Pepsi factory. So shout out to them. Hopefully y'all found something before the holidays kick off. You know what I mean? So other thing is JD said, well, you know, ain't no problem with jobs in Atlanta. Well, hold up a minute. What about Compton? What about Houston, bro? What about Chicago? Like, yo, JD, like these entertainers, they just selfish, bro. It's just what it is. And I just want to side note something. Speaking of like these entertainers, did y'all see LeBron shouted out Big Meech, welcome home?
Yeah, I heard something about that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because you don't know nothing about that like LeBron. See what I'm saying? So why you shouting him out? You wasn't there when Meech was getting busy killing our people, selling dope. You know what I'm saying? What you doing, LeBron? You know what I mean? Trying to be a gangster, trying to get in the dope game. Basketball ain't paying enough no more. Nike endorsements ain't working out. So what you shouting him out for? To be cool and be all with the pop culture? Oh, bro, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, shout out to you and your son. Y'all playing together, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't understand what JD was talking about with that job situation. Like I said, I got to go really honestly Go back and watch the whole thing. But just because Atlanta is like this business mecca for black folks doesn't mean the rest of the black America, you know what I'm saying, the Negroes, us freemen, is business oriented or want to be business oriented and got a tax ID. You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's all I care about. Because I ain't never going back to work. Yeah, JD, I feel you. But you don't support us, yo. I'm in the same field you ain't. You don't support us, little engineers and the audio producers. You don't reach out like that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? None of these folks do. This is why I've always been on my own in this entertainment industry. So with that being said, this ain't nothing but a gatekeeping summit for those that are in the bootleg position. The Masons, the bootlegs, those that got money. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. That's what BT and DL here was speaking to. Not us, the peasants. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get up and go to work every day. We all got to get up and go to work every day. Not to say they ain't working, but I'm just saying. Go ahead, Sister Locke.
Before I get to online, let me read. I'm gonna get to online. Let me read a couple comments. Nightfall said the stimulus check was nice, but why am I getting all jolly in the behind for the government paying me my money back? Extreme X says when we was talking about the Klan thing, they were talking about it leading to this and that or whatever. He said, but they voted for Joe Biden, who's a segregationist. Extreme X also said they didn't bring up the mothers she locked up for truancy. Nightfall says the LGBT community does not have the same issues as black men. Stop insulting us. Nightfall also says, anybody remember the birther and tea movement? They are just as bad. Yeah, I can't forget the birther and the tea movement. Nightfall says, man, if you want to get me excited about a check, tell me the next one will have the word reparations printed on it with 8 zeros. You ain't lying about that. He also says Kamala's only plan for black men was sign language, shame, insult, guilt, and a need to be right. And when I was talking about the topics that they were talking about, the same topics they were talking about, what was important to black people, when I said they brought up the weed thing, Extreme X says, yeah, they brought up jail reform. They'll talk about, when they talk about doing stuff for black people, they'll talk about criminal justice reform. Like now they're starting to talk about the marijuana thing, and you even see these people with the slick mouth trying to talk about the reparations in some of these cities and how you can get black people into the marijuana field and all this kind of stuff, where they can take money from marijuana and sales and give it to black people, a certain amount of black people. I like Evanston and some of these other places that's trying to do this crap as well too, and now also catch on them as well too. They'll start talking about what things they did for black people. They'll start mentioning how they brought down the prescription price of insulin because, quote unquote, all black people got diabetes as well too. So that was a black thing that they also did to benefit black people as well too. Let me go ahead and get to Aunt Lai. Aunt Lai, go ahead. How you doing tonight? You pretty low, Aunt Lai. You got a headset on?
No, absolutely. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you low. But go ahead.
Yeah, your phone low. You might want to update the app and restart your phone. Come back.
Yeah, you.
Am I that low?
Yeah, you kind of low. You're really low. Like, talk again. Let me hear you talk.
Hello?
You sound louder now. Go ahead.
Now do I sound loud?
You still sound about the same, but go ahead.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet. I don't feel good. I want to say I think the BET summit was bull crap. I feel like the fact that I'm two-sided with it. The fact that black people's voices are being heard is a good thing. The fact that black men are standing up for themselves, saying that they don't feel protected or respected by the Democratic Party, this has been a long time coming. I agree with 150%. I'm glad they standing 10 toes deep for what they believe, and I don't have an issue with that. This was not a black male summit. This was a black male summit for Harris. That's what they were missing in this, because it wasn't a black male summit for black men and their issues, because just because you are aware of the corruption, the disrespect, the benign neglect of the Democratic Party doesn't necessarily mean you're a Republican. Any common sense person who understands who their enemy is would not go from one slave master to the next of the Republican Party. So I really feel like it was just for black men to get together to say why we want to be with Harris, because Harris is where it's at instead of the true issues that black people are dealing with, because there's not just an issue with Harris, it's an issue with Trump too. But we don't want to talk about that issue. We just want to talk about how she, quote unquote, is whatever. So that was my issue with it. I feel like this is the opportunity for black men to really address, excuse me, I don't know if y'all hear that, but to really address the issues and concerns that they have. The fact that people are saying the Democratic Party's never did nothing for black people, we're in the same position, those are all facts. But I feel like the message, the moment is being lost, because then you have those same men saying, well, we gonna vote for Trump. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's like, you know what? I'm smoking this crack, and it ain't doing what it need to do, so I'm going to just go ahead and just heroin. This phone is drug. Or I'm a heroin addict. You know what? I've been sniffing it, but you know what? Let me just start shooting it. It's still a drug. Like, neither one of those parties are doing anything for black men. So them saying that one is better, that's the issue with this whole debate. Black men are not understanding the power that they have with this momentum to be like, you know what? Both of y'all don't give about us. And I saw this video about this man who was saying it was like how the Republican Party.
Yep, you there, Aunt Lie?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, sound like you got to throw up or something. Yikes.
I got a cold in my chest. I get out.
No, okay. I thought you about to throw up. You straight?
But it's an opportunity and a moment for black people to really get together and really put both parties on notice, because both parties don't care about black people. And for black people really to solidify a third party, because we keep thinking voting for the lesser of two evils is still the game plan. They know that they can play both of these things against us. They are right now pandering to the black, the Democrats are pandering to the black men, oh, we're going to get y'all weed. We going to get y'all whatever, and it's like, this is an opportunity for y'all to stand on y'all square and say, no, this is what we want. Create our own party, because at the end of the day, we are never going to get anywhere if we keep going against two enemies. You're never going to get clean from your substances if, okay, you stop alcohol, but you do the cocaine. You got to go cold turkey with both of them, and that's what I feel like people not understanding. There'll be a space where people be like, oh yeah, Trump not for y'all though. And this is what the ones who are saying, because everything that's said about the Democratic Party is an absolute fact. They do not care about black people. They never have. Nobody is debating that. But then when you have people, I'm not going to name no names, but saying that we're going to turn this quote unquote city red, and this city's for Trump, and then that don't apply to us, and all this other stuff. You look like a fool. It's like you talk like you're educated, like you have these ideologies that are so superb, but then you still vote for it. It doesn't make sense. You still on this plantation.
But a lot of doing that because of mass deportation. That's why immigration. That's impacting our people right now. That's a real.
Well, let her finish, Professor. Let her finish.
You're voting against your own interest, and they're telling you, do you understand that the people that you are voting for, because you have an issue with mass migration or immigration, or these immigrants are the ones that's shipping them to you? The Republican states literally put them in the buses and shipped them to the cities to ensure that they were secure. They didn't hold them in their prisons. They didn't do anything in their state to keep them in the Republican state so the Republicans could kick them out. They literally shipped them to safety. In no way, like, again, as a political science person, I know how this shit bigger than Nino Brown. There's no way you can tell me that Florida and Texas are shipping all these millions and millions of people. Mind you, it's a money laundering scheme, because you got to charter the buses, you paying somebody to drive the buses, and you got these same American corporations firing American workers. Who you think they hired? Y'all keep thinking that the Republicans are going to deport the people that they want. They don't want you Negroes working. When people started saying they wanted $15 an hour, these business corporations, you know what McDonald's did? The McDonald's in my town just shut down. You know what they did? They got machines everywhere. Now you got to go to the kiosk. You want $15 an hour? All right, cool. We'll give you $15. It's for people to sit here and literally think that the Republicans of all people, the Republicans are the one who own the corporations. Those are the rich. Those are the ones who really run it. They don't want the immigrants exported. They literally shipped them over here. We were attacking crime, criminal justice reform. Now you got these immigrants out here committing all these crimes, filling up their prisons. They're the one who own the private prisons. Now they're getting their quotas. So if you think that the Republican Party, the party that's in a position of power, who own a corporate dollar, who runs this, they want to get rid of the immigrants because they care about black. Use a goddamn, excuse my French, use a fool. And it sounds good that they say that, oh, we going to deport them and we care about it. They all married to immigrants. How they going to deport their wives, their cousins, and their uncles and their aunts, their mama-in-law, their daddy-in-law? And the thing is, the Republicans, they talk a good game. They'll tell you what you want to hear. They don't mind being disrespectful or rape. They don't care about none of that. But the facts are the facts. All of these Republicans, how many the vice pre talk about immigration? He married to a goddamn immigrant. Like, are you kidding me? And you think this party going to deport their wives, the people that they trafficking in, the people that they, like Mitch McConnell, Trump, JD, all of these people are married to immigrants. So you think they're going to deport their family members? Okay, cool. I'm gonna vote for you. And that's the thing where I feel like y'all not understanding that this is bigger than Nino Brown. They playing in y'all face. And as a black woman who love a black man, I hate the fact that y'all is falling for this shit. Like, dude, like you
language, but go ahead.
Things that you fall for. Excuse me, I said shit. I'm sorry. I said it again. All the things you falling for y'all to fall, are they going to deport the people that they shipping to safety, that they making sure that they secure? Why don't they ship them to the cities or to the Republican place? They know the Republicans going to get it. They know what they doing. And it's like they playing in y'all face and y'all just cool with it because y'all going against the Democrats. Yeah.
Now, I said a number of times in the spaces before too, I said that both the Republicans and Democrats are in this whole little game together with the immigration thing. Democrats, I think they want them over here for different reasons. Like you say, Republicans, they want them for cheap labor. Democrats want them to build a voting block so they can go ahead and pretty much edge black people up out of the way as well too. But make no mistake about it. Like you say, a lot of them come work in their houses, work at their buildings, do cleaning, cut the lawns, all this other stuff as well too. So, but you got to also remember too that, there are a number of black people, black men in particular, feel like, hey, they've been betrayed by Democrats over the past 60 years. And if they can find a way to stick it to them, A, by not voting, or B, by voting for Republicans, that they're going to do that in the election. I get what you're saying, a third party candidate as well too, but at this point in time, let's be for real, that most black people in this election here, they pretty much already got their minds made up for it. So they're not going to go ahead and they're not going to do a third party. They're not going to do a third party voting in this election here. Now, maybe when 2028 comes around or something like that, they may go ahead and if a viable third party option candidate comes, they may do it as well like that. But a lot of black men in particular, or I should say a significant portion, because still the vast majority of black men, I believe, still going to vote Democrat. But it's not going to be, I think, at the percentage that it was before. But a lot of them say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stick it to them. They've been sticking it to us for years and this and that or whatever. And all of a sudden they come with this garbage peace offering, that they want to go ahead and throw our way. So, okay, yeah, I'm really going to light them up this time right here. So I think that's what a lot of what's really going on. Like, I think you're starting to see more and more black men wise up and say, you know what, hey, neither party is going to do anything for me or whatever. So I got to go ahead and try to find another option or whatever. There's going to be a significant amount of black men. I'm going to be honest. And I know a lot of people, even in this space, don't like it. They don't like to hear it or whatever. They say, that's making the situation worse. But there's going to be a significant amount of black men in this election that don't vote at all. They're going to say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm not going to vote. I tell you straight up what I'm going to do, what I did in 2020. I voted. But I voted for all of my local elections, and I voted for laws and everything else that was taking place in the state of Florida. That's what I was worried about. When it came to Trump and Biden, I didn't vote for either one of them. I'm not going to vote for, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to vote for Trump this election. I'm not going to vote for Kamala Harris this election either, but I'm still going to take part. We got different things in the state of Florida that I'm going to be voting on, and that's my main concern. I'll see exactly what the local candidates and the state candidates, what if they're worthy of being voted for and stuff like that as well too. But just for the national election, let me give a shout out real quick too, because I see you avenge your ancestors. Thank you for the super chat. He says, brother News, so black people can't stop cursing. They can, it just takes a little effort, but they can stop it, bro. It just, it's a habit. It's like smoking. It's not the easiest thing to break, but it can be done. But personally, I'm not voting for either one of them. I don't see a real third party candidate. I know people say Cornel West, but I don't see a real third party candidate that's really going to really do anything. I think some people thought that Robert F. Kennedy, but he was kind of topsy-turvy and whatnot. So I don't really see a real third party candidate that's really going to strike the interest of a whole lot of black people in this election, to be honest. But we'll see. I feel you what you're saying as well too. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go back on it, Aunt Lai, as well too. And so then we'll go ahead and we'll get to I see Ray came up here, and anybody else that wants to speak as well too, guys, feel free to come on up here as well too. I want to hear what you guys got to say tonight. But go ahead, Aunt Line, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get to Ray.
Okay, wait, I just wanted to finish. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me let Ray quick because I know you kind of long-winded. So let me get Ray, and then I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Ray.
Drink some tea, sister.
What's going on, y'all? Now, this Black Men Summit with D.L. Hughley and Jermaine Dupri and all these other people, these people do not have our best interests at heart. We should not listen to them or anything that's possibly being funded by the DNC. And that's all I really want to say about that. Oh, and Newstoter, like you, I'm an independent, brother. I actually voted for Obama the first time. The next election, if I remember right, I didn't vote for anyone because I think I was deployed. There was a sister named Jade Cargill that she was actually running when Trump and Biden ran. I actually voted for that sister that election, and then this last election, this one coming up rather, I put my bid in for Trump, right? So I voted for everybody, the whole spectrum. Boy, when I said that about Trump, you wouldn't believe the amount of hate and backlash that the brother has gotten. I've been called everything. I think
Black shoes, coon.
Oh man, yeah,
you ain't.
I've been called sexist and everything else, man. It's just really crazy, how when you say you're independent, you actually exercise that. People don't like it. And I land there.
Hey Ray, I've been called COINTELPRO and a scammer. Let's go.
Hey, what kills me is being told that you hate black women when you've been with one for 20 years and have 2 black daughters. That kills me.
Everything's right, brother. I'm trying to tell you, reach the choir, Ray.
Real talk, Ray. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get to Aunt Line. Y'all up in the space, guys. Make sure y'all share this out. We got enough people in here to share this out. Everybody in here can give us a retweet up in here. Go ahead, Aunt Line, and finish what you were saying as well too. And we'll get the professor and DJ, and hopefully we'll get some of our other people to come up here and speak as well too. So go ahead, Aunt Line.
Okay, I said they have tricked black people into hating immigrants while they are married to them and that they love them. And I wanted to say, you said something, I wanted to say something off that, but I forgot. But I think at the end of the day, this was an important opportunity for black people to really, and it's not even about voting for a third party candidate because that person's going to win. It's about knowing the 2 people that you got don't give about you, so you do something else. Because at the end of the day, everything in this country goes, black is it. Black is now, like, our music is popular music. They want to follow us and do everything that we do, but we don't have no direction. Because when it comes to politics, with all these, it's 2024. We got all these different phone companies, clothing. You can live with all these states. You can live with the countries. People are all over. The fact that people are still in the mind, it's like you take a bug and put it in the jar, and you take the lid off, and they don't know that the lid is off because you're still thinking that you have to do Republican or Democrat. And that's the key to this whole politics. At the end of the day, they keep telling y'all that it's only 2, so y'all thinking that it's only 2. Or, well, he's not going to win. It's, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the person's going to win or not. If the 2 people who are running don't have your best interest at heart, why would you give them your vote? So that's where this is the opportunity.
Wouldn't that be the same lie too? Wouldn't that be the same too if you say, well, neither one of them have my best interest at heart? You say, and somebody say, you know what, I'm just going to sit out and not vote at all. Wouldn't that be pretty much the same thing as well?
If it's 50 million black people, if all the black people was to vote for another candidate, they would start saying like, dang, we can't. Okay, the fact that there was a black male summit on TV, the fact that, and you said this, the fact that Kamala Harris actually said she got a black agenda for black men, they know that they're hearing the fact that there's an issue with black men. Now, again, they're still pandering. They're still ignorant to don't know the fact that, okay, let's give them weed and insulin. Like that's, like you said, even with the jobs. There's other jobs out here. Why you want to give them, again, but they're pandering. But they know there's an issue. This is the time when you stand 10 toes deep saying this is an issue. But the fact that you have another candidate thinking that he can get your vote, even if he disrespects you or whatever, just because he's going to deport his in-laws, and he's not. So voting for another candidate would do more than a lot of people think it would. They think, oh, well, you still not going to, you would get your message heard, because guess what? These people know, damn, they act like they really want to get the vote, because they know they got to come in our community, they got to go to our church. And if we all turn our back, that was to the clear message. Like, damn, because that's what they always talk about. They always talk about the black vote, They talk about the black man vote. Black men vote 80% for the Democrats. But it's an issue now with the black man vote. If all black people was to start saying, you know what? Y'all not going to keep playing my emotions every 4 years. Every 4 years, they pull the same tricks of the trade. And because I just wrote it. I wrote for myself. But if y'all keep playing every 4 years, and y'all say they nobody paying attention to the black man, okay, since what, y'all was able to vote since 65, they ain't been paying attention since 65, so y'all gonna keep playing? That's like people who play with the baby mama. The baby mama comes to the house, by her window, next week you with her, the next week y'all break it up. I don't do that. Either I'm with you or I'm not. I'm not gonna keep playing. You're not gonna keep playing around with me, playing with my emotions. Come to me every 4 years, acting like you care about me and my issues. Since I know that you don't, either one of you, I'm not gonna let none of y'all play in my face no more. Period. Like that's how I'm standing. You're not gonna play with me, and you're not gonna play with me. And the fact that we keep letting them play with us, so we can say, yeah, we getting back at them. If we get back at them more, because they can't sit there, because they literally do stuff with each other. It's like they play ping pong. Let's see who could get the Negroes more mad or more upset. They both don't give about us. Start taking our vote somewhere else, and I guarantee you that'll give more than keep playing, thinking, running from the Democrats, because again, everything that's said about the Democrats is factual. They don't care about black people. All the communities are black. You see what the condition the communities have been in. But that doesn't mean that the Republicans, and it was a man who did a video about how the Republican Party back in the day, and how, and because of the first Republican president, free slave legal, and it was a beautiful video about how he can service and all the other stuff. But he sounded like a daggone fool, knowing that the Republican Party of 2024 is not the Republican Party back then. We're not dealing with, and people thinking that we're dealing with Republicans who have different ideology. You're dealing literally with the KKK. And the fact that people don't even know who their enemy is, the fact that people are not seeing what they're trying to do in the schools, and I mean, they're really cool and clever with it, the fact that they blame everything on the Democrats, and they're in charge of all the corporations. They in charge of the gas, they in charge of the groceries, and they sitting there saying it's Biden's fault, the reason why all these prices are high, and they own all the businesses. And people saying, yeah, the economy's bad under Biden, when we know that we're dealing with the economy that was when Trump was in. It's like, I be thinking, like, people don't have the common sense to understand how this works. Trump literally said he wanted the shoremen to have a strike because he was running. They did a border protection. The immigrants, we vote for them because of the immigrants. The Democrats and the Republicans got together legislation that the Republicans wanted. The Republicans wanted to try to solve the problem of quote-unquote immigration, which I voting on Trump because he going to mass deport them. And you know what the Republicans said? The KKK members said, well, we're not going to vote on this because it'll make Trump look bad for election time. And these are the people that you're going to vote for. You think they're going to deport the people now once he's in office? It's like, we got to, at the end of the day, common sense is not common, and the fact that people don't have the common sense and they're not using it when it comes to politics, they keep playing against us. The Republican Party of right now is not the Republican Party of back in the day. What they are doing strategically, and they're doing it in our favor, they don't even care. The decisions that the Supreme Court is making on down is affecting our everyday life for the next 10 to 50 years. And we saying we love our kids, we love our family, but we keep thinking that we're only voting for this one or that one, and they both playing. You can't keep playing in my face. I'm sorry, I'm not the one we break up, get back together, break up and get back together. That is, and both of y'all is over. Why we keep getting beat? Black guys are talking about every 4 years, but he's saying he's gonna make it up to me. Like, it's like, come on. Voting for another party or another group or even getting our agenda about what we wanted because we're not getting it from either makes more sense than staying at home. And staying at home not really sending the message because they really don't care about you anyway. But voting for the Republicans because of what the Democrats are doing is the most asinine thing ever. And we have to really start understanding like how politics works and have self-respect. Okay, if we're going to get reparations or we're going to get these things, how are we going to get that? Because there's a solution to the problem. But if we keep letting these people play in our face and play with us, we ain't never going to get there.
All right, unlie going in there. Definitely stick around. I know you're not feeling well, but stick around. It is good to have a sister up here that's speaking as well too. Our other sisters haven't come up here yet, if they come up here at all tonight. But I do like the commentary that you're providing as well too. So definitely stick around for as long as your health. I know if you're not feeling well, you got to lay down and stuff like that. But I definitely I like the commentary that you're putting out there as well too. I'm going to go ahead real quick. And Nightfall says, but again, the problem is they know what the problem with black men is, and they refuse to do what's necessary to fix it. I agree with that as well, too. And Aunt Lama, ask you real quick. But before I ask you real quick, I got to go ahead and do the promo. For those that can support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation platform today in America. Y'all make sure y'all visit Newstoter.com. Once again, that's Newstoter.com to stay up to date on breaking Black news in Black America. We can't tweet all the content on Twitter, but the content is there. Go check it out. Go surf on the site. We will go ahead and we will get you to other prominent Black-owned news sites and media sites as well, too, bloggers. So make sure you guys visit Newstoter.com daily, every day. Everybody in the space should visit Newstoter.com daily to stay up to date on breaking Black news. I promise you'll find at least 4 to 5 articles off that site, which has a huge amount of content that you find to be worthwhile. So, guys, go ahead. If you're on the site, you're surfing. Some of your pop-up blockers, some of you guys may have to disable your pop-up blockers to go all the way to the articles, but the articles are free. We take you to the other sites, Black-owned sites. So make sure you guys visit that to stay up to date on breaking Black news. Once again, the largest curator of Black news in Black America today. We're still trying to go ahead and get memberships. We're still trying. This whole week I've been drumming it in. I hadn't got one person to sign up. It is up in the Jumbotron. It is up in the Jumbotron on the right-hand side. We need somebody for as little as $1.75. Create an account. It takes a minute, and you can support us monthly for as little as $1.75. I bet you can't find any other subscriptions that you're paying that's as little as $1.75 a month, guys. So definitely go ahead. It's up in the Jumbotron on the far right-hand side. We have the PayPal and we have the Venmo up in the Jumbotron. Same for people over there on YouTube as well, guys. We need some of y'all to support by becoming members over there. For those that can, for as little as $1.75, the link is right on the screen where you see Newstoter.com /customer. Click that. It'll take you. That's up in the. That's also up in the description as well too. If you can't do that right now, please support us on Cash App for as little as $1. Let's see if we can get somebody while I'm doing this promo right now that would at least donate $1 on Cash App. At least $1 on Cash App for those that can. We have the PayPal, we have the Venmo, we have Cash App and all that. That's in the description, and we got it up on the Jumbotron here. So let's see if we can get somebody to donate at least $1 to the nice program and support the largest Black-owned, Black American curation platform. The articles are free once again, but we do need that support. And we do appreciate anybody that can and will donate to tonight's program, and not only tonight's program, but the actual platform itself, because the platform is bigger than an actual Twitter space or a YouTube broadcast. So I just want to go ahead and put that in there as well too. But Lyle, let me ask you something real quick. What candidate at this point in time, you're saying a third party candidate, what candidate would you run right now? And let me give you, and also answer this right here too. Based off of what's your opinion of the Black Men Summit in terms of the actual celebrities, D.L. Hughley, Jermaine Dupri, Michael Ealy, Ben Crump? What's your because they try to use Black Star Power. What's your opinion of them putting the black men out there and trying to solidify the black vote?
I feel like Michael Ealy. Oh, that's my baby right there. Wait, no.
You're lusting, but you lusting though. You're lusting, but go ahead.
It was a BET Black Man Harris Summit. There were only people there who were supporting her. They didn't want it wasn't a black male summit because they didn't want the black male view. Not all black men are supporting her. Not all black men are Democrats. So people have to understand what it is. I feel like those people are going to support her. That's why they brought those people. So it wasn't a black male summit. It was a black male summit for Harris. And they got the people that's going to say the talking points that they want. We should vote for her because she is. Michael Ealy so fine. As far as the third party candidate, this is the thing. At the end of the day, we can pick whatever candidate we want, but again, I'm the person who's running for office. I'm running for governor right now from the state of New Jersey, and I could not, in my right conscience, and I'm mostly running against the Democrats because I'm in the Democratic state. I cannot, in my good conscience, say, "Well, I'm going to be on the Democratic ticket," because no, I know how those people treat me and see me as a person, and I made a conscious decision, thanks to my brother Muko, to go with another party because at the end of the day, I understand this. I'm not going to sleep with the enemy to the point where I have to swallow my pride and say, well, I'm going to be on a Democratic ticket just to say I'm on a Democratic ticket. No, I understand that y'all need me. I don't need y'all. So the black people don't have to get together and say they could vote for Stein. Like when I voted, it was like maybe 7 or different other 8 candidates. They still had JFK on there. It's not about the fact that black people are saying mostly being the candidate. It's politics is an everyday thing. Politics every day matters. In our everyday life, it's affected by politics. School, hospital, doctor, everything around us in our community. You don't wait till election time to say, okay, this black men we need to divorce. We need to have a cold turkey divorce with both political parties. And as a point, like when we say we want reparations, with our demand for reparations, we need to demand a political party that best meets our interests because we know both parties don't. I would be a fool for me to sit there and keep having a conversation with somebody and they don't meet my needs. It's like being in a relationship with somebody you know them don't like you. They just with you because they're going to need you 4 years. And they do nothing. It's not like they do a little bit of thing to work with you. They do absolutely nothing to show you they care. They disrespect you in every way, shape, or form at every chance they get. Not one party, but both parties. That's like you being with somebody and they cheating on you, they beating on you, they taking all your money. They just disrespect you. Then they act like you gotta vote for them. No, they don't need us. Politics is an everyday thing. So just like when we talking about that reparations, and now reparations is a mainstream conversation, us having our own political party should be a mainstream conversation. And it shouldn't be the fact that, oh, well, and this is the comment, well, we don't know where do we start, what do we do? We start anywhere. Anywhere but where we at is how you started. And if you don't see the candidate that you want to vote for, then you need to be in my homeboy. Because at the end of the day, like everything that I was going to do, I can cry and complain and get on Twitter and talk about how they fired me from my job and I did this. I could cry to the cows come home. At the end of the day, I'm about solutions to the problem. What you did to me was foul. It was a crime. And I'm actually going to run to be governor of your entire state to bring attention to what you did. I could talk about the problems to the cows come home. Y'all know I'm a talker. But am I going to do something about it? Because not only what you did to me, you simply did this to me because my ancestors were slaves in this country. You think I'm going to be silent about that? And you think I'm going to sit there with a Democratic governor that I went to, Democratic mayor, this is Jersey. It's all Democrats. And all the Democrats bent me over and made me grab my ankles with no Vaseline. Now I'm running for office. You thinking I'm going to swallow my pride and go to the Democrats? Man, you got me. I'm from the streets. Ain't no way I would go to the Democrats with good conscience thinking, oh, I want to run on y'all party. No, I'm good. And if I don't run, and if I don't make it to governor because I decided with the third party, then that's just the consequences. But I'm not going to sell my soul or my people just to get in office. At the end of the day, Black people have to understand our power. And I think at some point in time, we are confused about the power that we have because we don't own any TV. We don't really own that many radio stations. And the white man put out for us in TV how they want to program us. We understand this program. The other day, the Charlemagne had somebody on the Breakfast Club, and they was talking about they don't understand why they don't do Black sitcoms anymore. They had Damon Wayans Jr., my baby daddy, my stepson, because Damon baby daddy. So they were talking about why they do Black sitcoms. And you got to think about all the Black sitcoms they had in the 80s and 90s. And I can answer you that question, why there's no more Black sitcoms. And think about the sitcoms that we had. Cosby Show, Different World, Martin, Living Single, Family Matter. Think about all the Black, great, Fresh Prince TV shows we had. You know why in 2024 we don't have any Black comedy shows?
Well, in fairness, the new comedy shows do suck too, the Black ones compared to the old ones, but go ahead.
It's simply because the power, Black people being seen on TV, being positive. In Living Single, you had 4 Black women, all had professional careers, even though Sinclair didn't know what she was going to do. She still had 2 jobs. Every Black, even in Martin, we didn't know what time he had a job, but we saw that brother going to work. Even in 8 Men, you had the father taking care of his daughter. I'm watching 8 Men with my daughter because she's daddy's girl, telling her, y'all remind me of them, but they didn't want those images. That's number one. They didn't want those images because Black people all over, and not just Black people, other people in other countries who only got TV started seeing Black people in a different light. Before that, it was Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, and we all killing each other and everything. But then you see these positive images in TV. They don't want people to see the positive. You know how many people are still going to college today because of A Different World? That show was number 1 in ratings. Number 2, it was canceled. That's one reason why it canceled. Another reason why it was canceled is because they want to control Black wealth. We see Black people back in the day, I don't know if you had Jet magazine or Ebony magazine, or you would see how you see the cover, and it'd be all the Black accidents on the cover. Black Hollywood was everything. Kadeem Harrison would go to parties, you get in free, everybody see you everywhere. That Black star power of just being Black and on them TV, Hollywood literally tried to eliminate Black wealth. That's why they couldn't get a job. That's why nobody wanted to hire Urkel. Who wants Hollywood? They said, this little kid making all this money, or all these Black people making all this money. And if you think about all the stars that we have right now, Jamie Foxx, Queen Latifah, they were the ones back in the day. And I'm going to say for the Wayans, because I love the Wayans, we cousins. They don't know it, but we related somehow. We all Black, we all got cookouts or whatever. They didn't sell themselves out. That's why you really don't see them like that. Because when it came to Hollywood and doing those business deals, they didn't sell themselves to them people. They always stick together. They always gave their brothers, their siblings, or their cousins jobs. That's why you don't really see them like that. But the comedians that sold themselves out, that might have been at the Diddy party, I'm not saying, those are the ones you see everywhere. Those are the ones that are willing to sell their soul, willing to do certain things. But it's the same thing when it comes to politics. They're the ones pushing the narrative because they see the power and the control in it. So what we have to understand is the power that we have. And once we start understanding that Black people have a great power and they need us, we don't really need them. And what we just have to do is think about everything that was created. Even the time in the 1920s when we had Black Wall Street, the rest of the country literally was going through the Great Depression. We had communities thriving. All we got to do is get that again, but we don't think that we can do it because every time somebody say, well, why don't we do this? Somebody will be there and tell you, we can't do it because this. Don't tell me what I can't do. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. Tell me how we going to get it done. Black people have everything to get it done. They're just not organized. So at the end of the day, politics is a 4-year thing. Right now, we need to be putting ourselves in a position to start a new party. We can easily start a new party. We can easily come up with a candidate so in 4 years that person runs. Because it may not be nothing to do now. We can pick a write-in candidate. All get together, like we all get together, have reparations march and reparation rallies. We just have to understand that it's not about us getting permission from Whitey to do anything. We don't need Whitey. Whitey need us. They want to follow us. They want to copy us. They want to be in our stuff. They literally, the white man is so devious and they literally bought out how, think about this, all the record labels from the 80s and 90s. All the clothing designs. White people literally brought into, infiltrated hip-hop community just to destroy it from within. Literally, radio stations, Karkanah, Sean Jive, Fubu, Def Jam, they literally brought into our radio stations and to destroy it within it. Now you know what the conversation is? How hip-hop is a death. Not a death. But it's so easy because the white man pulling the string. White man is in charge of quote unquote rappers kill each other in beef. So when it comes to politics,
breaking up on live, but go ahead.
But when it comes to the black man, we gotta understand our power. They don't need us. We don't need them, they need us. Once we understand that our power, we can really do this politics things without, because we don't need them. We really don't. It's about just saying what we're gonna do about it, because we don't need them.
All right. Thank you, Aunt Lai. Let me give a shout out real quick to Nightfall and Radio Rocks for their contributions on Cash App. Definitely appreciate that. I see we got Brother Moku up here as well, too. Shout out Reverend Tim. I see you up here. Like I said, we got a bunch of our people down here in the listener section, guys. Don't be afraid to come on up here and speak. I want to hear what you guys think about the BET's Black Men Summit. This is a little recap, a little review. I did read an article touching up on these, quote unquote, the 5 highlights that they had of it. One thing that's crazy too, when we think about BET, let's not forget that BET is no longer black owned as well too. So when we talk about this Black Man Summit and all this other stuff as well too, it's not even black owned anymore. Shout out to you too, Brother Moku. I see you just donated as well too. So it's not black owned, and you know it is what it is. Let me go ahead and get the Moku. Moku, go ahead and unmute your mic. Yeah, I can hear you. We you kind of far away, but we'll try to make out with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm driving. I apologize. Thanks for being with me. I just wanted to double down on what my sister said. Shout out to Larissa Barnes, governor of New Jersey, the governor of New Jersey. And I'm gonna just say this real quick, and just to add to everything she beautifully said. We definitely have to withdraw from all parties. And shout out to the Redemption Party. Shout out to Arlai having enough balls to even run on the Redemption Party ticket. Arlai said something real profound, and I'm going to just repeat it. We have a blueprint. We're just not using it. You know what I'm saying? And we got plenty of people that find serious codified blueprint. Nellie Fuller and Francis Cresswell. I'ma just land there. Look at them books, studying with your full mind. And let's just get this system of justice going on for real. Let's stop being in love with being hard. You know, a lot of victims of racism, white supremacy would tell you, oh, a system that guarantees no one will ever get harmed? Oh no, somebody always has to get harmed. Let's get ourselves out of their mind state. I'll land there. Oh, hold up, Toda, and I want to get to your title. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect the space. The Black Man Summit for People. I have to agree with you, Newstoter. It's not a Black Man Summit when it's held by white supremacy. It's held by the white supremacist power. They handpick who they want to put in these so-called summits to get the answers that they want, the public to come to. So they pulling the strings and dictating what black man is on there, what a black man can talk about, and what a black man can't discuss. That's not a real conversation. That's a Dr. Tom, got a white person with a gun to your head saying, "Oh no, nigga, you better not say that. Oh no, knocker, don't say that." Yeah, say that. There you go. There you go. So it's no true Black Man Summit. And I also wanted to address, and this is not in the title, the abomination, Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? That was a disgrace speech that she gave. It was disgusting, more than disgusting husband. And I do have other choice words, but I'm not going to do that on the Newstoter's platform. The broadcast is recorded. But yeah, in the late night space, I'm gonna really get to say what I want to say about Michelle Obama. I learned that.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get to I see we got Quadil up here. Quadil, what's going on as well? What's up with you tonight?
Not much, Toter. What's up to everybody? Toter, DJ, Professor Black, Hot Live, Ray, the whole crew, everybody down in the listening section. I appreciate you guys holding this space. It's definitely very informative. In regards to the BET's Black Men's Summit review, honestly, I didn't watch it. I didn't know they were even having something. I don't know anyone who even still watches BET, honestly. I know no one. I didn't know they had a BET Hip Hop Awards a few weeks ago. I didn't even know they made a whole separate thing for the Hip Hop Awards at BET. BET is washed. No one watches it. I also want to come up here and, give Aunt Lai her flowers for breaking down her stance on us voting for, red or blue or what have you. That was a very profound speech that she gave, and I definitely appreciate her. Definitely vote for her in New Jersey. She already got my vote. I keep asking her to give me the sheet to write my signature, but I think she's already up there on the ballot, so that's good. That's good news to hear. That's good news to hear. As far as who I'm voting for, I'll be honest with you, I've never voted for a president in my life. I was old enough to vote for Obama the first time, but for some reason, something in me just told me not to, and I'm glad that I did, even though that I really wanted to. I'm going to be honest, I really didn't want to. I just never voted. For this election, I was thinking about voting Trump, leaning towards Trump, but I was never really 100%. He and J.D. Vance, they just keep saying asinine, retarded, stupid stuff that just turns me off for even going towards them. I was hoping Bush, Ware, or either Cornell would step up to the plate and just be I don't even know the word to use. I guess decent, and they're both failing miserably. I'm glad that Jason Black did his interview on Joe Stein and Bush Ware, because seeing them speak and actually getting a feel for them, and not just going through what we see through what the policy says, actually opened my eyes. I'm just like, nah, I can't rock with Joe Stein and Bush Ware. I just can't, especially Bush. He's just too he's just off. I'm gonna put it nicely. He's very off. I don't want to be too long-winded, but that's pretty much the gist of what I have to say. Shout out to Online. Shout out to everybody.
Wow, what's good, my boy?
What's up, Jersey? You already know.
Appreciate that, Quadil. Definitely. I'm glad it's been a minute since we had you up here. Quadil, he's an actual he's also a subscriber to the site as well too. So shout out to Quadil as well too. And I'm surprised you say you never voted in the actual presidential election. So that's a little bit somewhat surprising. I know you're a younger dude, but that's a little bit surprising. But hey, we know that local elections are more important actually than the actual presidential elections as well too. So you got to do what's best for you as well. And like I said, I already know how I'm going to vote and not vote up in this election. I know I'm going to stick to our local, everything on the ballot that's local. I'm going to really be hitting up on. In the presidential election, I'm not keen on either one of these candidates. So definitely.
I wanted to have a space on election, so I guess maybe we'll do that in late night. Let's go.
Okay. Go ahead, Professor. You got it.
Yeah, Professor, come up and teach us something, son.
Hey, real quick, can I ask Aunt Lai a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Professor might be stuck in the matrix too, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Aunt Lai, can you give us a little background on the Redemption Party? If you can.
You there, Aunt Lai?
Yeah, I say drop Professor. He probably in the matrix.
I'm talking about Aunt Lai. I think she may be in the matrix too. Aunt Lai, are you there? I'm gonna drop both of them and see if I can get them to come back up because I think she may be in the matrix too. Professor, I'm gonna drop Professor.
Hey, get on, update your apps, update the app. Twitter updated today. Make sure you restart your phone. Come back up here.
Go ahead, Moku. You got it.
DJ got a janky phone. DJ phone janky. I would say this though. I would make a suggestion that everybody look to your states that you're in, your cities that you're in, before you go to that ballot box. Definitely, when you're
Hey, Moco, you cut up before your phone going jank mode. Cut up.
Yeah, it would when I'm saying it's serious that it's serious speed. Can you hear me now? Or am I still janky out?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. Well, I'll say it real quick. Look into your prospective cities, and whoever is on that plan for the New America for your prospective city, make sure you don't vote for them if they're on any ballot. Okay? I just want everybody to check for that. And the Redemption Party is the only party that's unapologetically going after white supremacists and the collaborators of white supremacy. They say it in their mission statement. All of the candidates that are in office on the Redemption Party and online, which I support 350,000% they're unapologetically about punishing the white supremacists, dismantling the system of white supremacy, and they understand the importance of why the system has to be dismantled in order for us to receive real repair. And that is including a check and some. Okay? The Redemption Party understands this, and this is why I support the Redemption Party, always shouting out the Redemption Party, and this is why Aunt Lai is running on the Redemption Party, because the Redemption Party isn't going to silence Aunt Lai when she's talking about compensatory justice. So I just wanted to land there and maybe clear that up until she can get on and, do her 100%.
Appreciate that, brother Moku. Appreciate that. I'll say this right here. I see Aunt Lai, she's back up here, but she don't have a hand raised. So Aunt Lai, if you want to speak, just raise your hand. But I'll say this right here too. One thing I think that a lot of times, and we see this with Black people so often, when they have these, when they have these summits and stuff like that, it's always Black entertainers or celebrities that's always, in these actual summits. Now I know Ben Crump was up there, and Ben Crump is a lawyer. He but for the most part, you had Jermaine Dupri, who's a rapper slash basically a producer slash rapper. You got an actor, Michael Ealy. You got an actor, comedian, D.L. Hughley. You got a rapper, what is his name, Vic Mensa. So, most of the people that you have up on these actual platforms and in these actual summits, when you're talking about situations that's supposed to be serious, are actually people that's in entertainment. So I have to wonder if you had a Latino summit with all the Latinos, where they have Jennifer Lopez up there, Fat Joe, would it just be all just entertainers and stuff like that? And same with the Asian community. With Black people too, often when it's time for us to speak on some serious issues, it's always somebody that's an athlete, a rapper, an entertainer, a singer, something like that. We need to have people that's up there, have some politically savvy people up there, even if they're not politicians. Maybe take some business leaders out of the community, take some community activists. You have to take a different, you got to dibble and dabble. I mean, it's one thing. I'm not saying that you can't have anybody that's in entertainment or whatever, but the entire makeup shouldn't be that. And DL Hughley, let's be for real. When you talk about Black Men Summit, this is totally biased as well too, because everybody that's on that summit is a Democrat. You don't have anybody up there that's a Republican or independent or from a third party. Everybody up there is going to vote Kamala Harris. So basically, the entire summit, and the entire thing is already biased. Everybody up there is for Kamala Harris. Nobody's up there saying, what? You're supposed to have people say, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. I'm voting for Donald Trump, or I'm voting as an independent, or I'm thinking about not voting at all. You can't just have people up there that's totally going to be talking about, okay, well, this is serious minded and this and that or whatever. Everything up there was basically to support Kamala Harris and to talk about everything, that she did and what she's doing and this and that or whatever. No, you got to have independent people up there as well too. I mean, else is just, it's an echo chamber. And that's pretty much what it is. And BET pretty much put that on, and it should have said Kamala's Black Men Summit, and that would have been more appropriate to the actual title. Don't sit up here and say this is actually a Black Man Summit. No, it's a Kamala Black Man Summit. That's what it is. It's not actually really black men up here talking about serious issues. It's about Black men that support Kamala Harris, that's using the BET platform to go ahead and try to convince other Black men to go ahead and vote for them. Now, I watch the CBS Evening News, and I'll see them go throughout the nation or whatever. They do their little tours, and CBS is biased as well too. Don't get me wrong, it's biased, but when they sit down with people and they meet people and stuff like that, a lot of times they'll have people that they'll be interviewing people. Certain people might be for Kamala, certain people might be for Trump, certain people might be independents as well too. So you have to mix and match. You can't just sit up here and just say, okay, this is we're reaching out to Black men and this and that. You're reaching out to Black men that you want to vote for Kamala Harris. You're not reaching out to just the Black men. You're reaching out to Black men that you want to vote for Kamala Harris. So that's not, to me, that's not open-minded. You pretty much you got everything already fixed. It's already set in. So that's what it is. I said we got a new. Who was that speaking?
It's me.
Who was you?
Miss Amara.
Who?
Miss Amara.
Okay. I don't know if I ever see you, but Nita, you got to raise your hand. Have you ever been in one of the Newstoter Twitter spaces before? Uh-oh. Are you there, Nita? Are you trolling? Okay, I think we may have us a troll here. Nita. Hey, Nita, are you there? Hey, Nita. Okay, I think Nita is a troll. Righty. So let me go ahead.
Drop that person down, you know what I mean? He's saying no, he maybe get the phone changing, whatever. We'll come on to the next.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to let's see. Let me see what if we can get this person to speak or whatever. Nita, are you there? Okay, I saw her, but she must be gone again. Yeah, can you speak up louder?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Nita, how can I help you?
I said before for Little More.
Say what?
Are we voting for Little More? Oh, sorry. Are we voting for Kamala Harris?
You're saying you're going to vote for Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, Nita. That's nice. You're gonna vote for Kamala Harris?
Who you voting for?
I'm not voting for Kamala or Donald Trump. Nita, where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
Okay, but you have a accent and you have a white lady in your profile. So are you white or are you a melanated person?
I'm white.
Okay, so I mean you're not American. That's obvious. So where are your people from?
I have a little cold. I'm American.
You said where now?
I have a little.
Hey,
Well,
Man, this is a kid, man. This is a kid.
are you a kid? Are you a little? How old are you, Nita?
I say I'm a fine, so I'm speaking a little lower.
Okay, Nita,
This is a kid, man.
we're gonna go.
I'm gonna put that kid in his face.
Yeah, Nita, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let you go. But thank you for coming in here tonight, though. We appreciate you.
Y'all block Nita. Make sure y'all block Nita too. They got 20 followers. Don't block them.
Okay. All right, thank you, Nita. I don't know where Nita came from, but sometimes they come out the woodwork. But thank you, Nita.
Block gang.
Yeah, don't. We're not letting you up, Nita. You almost sound like you could be Haitian or something. You said Florida, like you're not white, Nita. Okay, stop it. You're not white. You're not white. That profile picture that you got, that voice that you got, it doesn't go along. That sounds almost like a Haitian Creole type accent. So I don't. No, you're not. No, not at all. No. Let me go ahead and get.
Real quick.
What's that?
No, I was gonna say, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Make sure y'all support Newstoter, largest black curated news on the web. 30,000 articles pertaining to black life. Let's go. So yeah, back on the weed thing, right? So one day I'm at home sleep. I'm sleeping in late because I'm in the studio all night. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Yeah, my phone just started blowing up. But y'all probably heard me tell the story before. And we talking about the weed, so I'm smoking too. So let's go. You know what I mean? So my phone started blowing up. I'm like, yo, what the hell calling me like this, yo? My homies calling me, my family calling me. Like, damn, what the hell happened, yo? Hello? Hey, yo, get your butt downtown, yo. They doing the weed applications, yo. Yo, they letting folks apply for the weed licenses. And just, Hey, man, look, you got $5 million? What you talking about? Yo, you got $5 million laying around, so I got to apply for the license. How much you think the license costs? Ain't nobody got that type of money. I knew that back then. You know what I'm saying? And look, if I did or didn't have the money, I guess at this point, I'm still a shoo-in for it because I got a degree in landscape agriculture, horticulture, straight from Yardsville, for those that know. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, I should be giving them one of them licenses for free. All the shit, all the stuff y'all done did to us up here in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. You know what I mean? But I got busy on my own, of course, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, they would never give us no dispensary licenses. So the one thing I told folks, you wasting your time with that. The smartest thing for us to do is to control anything around the industry. See, I don't control the music business. You know what I'm saying? I control things around it. You know what I mean? And I get my money. So yeah, support the wave. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, can't nobody tell you what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like these bootleg, like D.L. Hughley, what the hell he talking about? Jermaine Dupri talk about Atlanta and folks don't got no jobs. Don't got to worry about jobs and stuff. Well, what about the rest of the black folks again? And again, back to the bud. The one thing you should control around when you're talking about the weed industry is everything you need to smoke weed. Papers, bong, you feel what I'm saying? Whatever it is, how you float your boat, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, you can make money off of that. Because that's the never ending thing. Lighters, start selling lighters, yo, with your company logo on it. Or giveaway lighters. Use it as a tax write-off for promotional advertising. There you go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But matter of fact, one more thing. Kamala on the housing, you don't need to vote for her to get to 25,000. I know she keep bringing that up. And matter of fact, yeah, I'm about to go in because y'all, you was talking for a minute. All I'll keep your hand up, high five, sister. So you don't need to vote for her to get that money. You can get it from her right now if you got work history. Or you got to look up how to get money from her to put down on the house as a new homeowner from the government. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, folks that are in the real estate market, why y'all ain't never say none of this stuff? Like, did they not teach y'all that, or did they get y'all the slave Bible in school too? Because I think that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Venezuelan migrant that was gangbanging and it was allegedly was a military dude, was telling other folks how to get the EBT cards and all this other stuff, he said he learned it from the Africans. How to do squatter laws, yo, and how to do squatters' rights and take over houses. So I'm thinking in my mind like, damn, why our people ain't never tell us this stuff? Some of our folks know this information, man. You're going to hells. You're going to hells to shadow realms. You know how you do. You know what I'm saying? Word up, you being judged right now. You know what I'm saying? Word up, and I ain't throwing rocks at that glass house. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our folks out here homeless, B. It's not a game out here, Kamala. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real cray. You know what I'm saying? It's looking cray out here, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to the folks. Go get them Section 8 certificates, because that's what they doing up here in Jersey. You know what I mean? Go get your Section 8, y'all, because they giving it to the tetherknackers. How the hell they got no rental history, work history, credit, none of this other stuff, but yet they got all these apartments. They took over Essex County. It's over. They took over Passaic County, which is Patterson. Shout out to B-Town. That's where Fetty Rock from. You know what I mean? Trap Queen, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Profit Homie. Did some dumb stuff. See, he ain't getting money off the music. He got caught selling dope. You know what I'm saying? Really out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? Word up. So that's another thing. What else they talking about? Let's compare the Latino stuff she doing for the Latino men versus the black men. So, all right, we already talked about the weed. We ain't got no money to file no application. It is what it is. Leave it alone, but still continue to get your weed from little Ray Pookie and Dum Dum and them on the block. Don't go to the dispensary. What you going to the dispensary for? Buying it from them for twice the price, and you got to pay tax now. Little homeboy and them bring it to you for free. You know what I'm saying? Just pay for the wait. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's go. You know what I mean? That's all we doing out here, yo. So continue to support the neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? That's how folks get their rent paid. You don't act like we don't know, understand this stuff. We hustlers, you know what I mean? Because they ain't never gave us no jobs. Yeah, we'll let you go to school now, Naka, but we ain't got to hire you, yo. So a lot of us still wind up at the end of the day creating our own way. See that? And this is why I be employing y'all to go get your tax ID. It's folks like D.L. Hughley, he ain't here to help you. He ain't gonna never tell you what Newstoter tell you. All the codification Brother Moko tell you. All the stuff about law and information, how we being railroaded like on law, soon to be governor law, you know what I'm saying, gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody laying this groundwork. So Malcolm X was right. Just don't support none of these celebrities because they trash. You know what I'm saying? Roland Martin, you trash. LeBron trash. Everybody trash. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So what else? So you know that on the Latino side, she talking about black business. I mean, Latino business, right? So why you ain't talking business for us though? When you know we've been getting railroaded by the SBA forever, the Small Business Administration. For those that don't know, we've been getting railroaded. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go get into comparisons of who did what for who, because both sides is trash. You know what I mean? Both sides is trash. Yo, DNC, GOP, they all corrupt. News media, that makes a Hydra right there, three-headed monster. So they ain't none of them doing nothing for us. See, this is why it's important for you to support Newstoter. This is why I go off of Newstoter, just because it's our network. You could come up to newstoter.com, comment on 30,000 articles, thumbs up, thumbs down, rate the article, and you could comment on it. So while we over here on X giving up the game, monetizing X, making Elon, who's a known prejudiced South African, against black people. You feel what I'm saying? I got so much evidence on him, it's crazy. So I feel like I could take him to court long way. You know what I'm saying? Just based off the NE8. And plus, he already been sued by Black Naka anyway. Judge awarded the homie 100 million, yo. We up, son. You know what I'm saying? But here go Elon with his lawyers. He got that money. He got that $1 billion status. Took it, arbitrated it back to another circuit court, and they knocked it down to 20 million. But you still took that L, Elon. It is what it is. Don't ever buy a Tesla. Don't ever buy a Tesla, B. Only buy American car. You know what I'm saying? And I know GM and Ford and Chrysler, they ain't our stuff anymore. You know what I mean? But I'd rather see that than buy something from a foreigner that's don't even like us. You know what I'm saying? At least this way we could get a job at GMC when they hire. Real talk. So all the stuff, do the comparison. I'll try to post it in the chat between what she doing for black people and what she doing for the Latino men, or black men work versus what she doing for the Latino men. The comparison is stark difference. What the heck do we need crypto for? Honestly, yo. You know what I'm saying? For those that getting your money in crypto and you doing your thing, salute, whatever. But the average American that I know, young or old at this point, because I still sell physical media, don't even be online, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about none of this crypto stuff. This internet, Facebook, our people don't. This is why I keep telling you, you got to go out on the street with this information, yo. Our people looking for it. They just don't know where to find it. Okay, we on social too, by the way. SOXCIL.com, fundedsocially.com. We don't build our own X over there, our own ScrewTube and YouTube. You could go live with picture in picture. We was over there chilling the other night. What the hell we over here moving forward? And the whole reason why I'm saying this, what's your plans for when after the election happens? And I mean, the moment someone is crowned, or the next day, you know how they do the tally or whatever. Or let someone just, you might cheat again, 3 a.m, because I'll be up at night. They might cheat again. All of a sudden, the numbers go up, up, up. You know what I'm saying? Up, 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 up. Hold up. What's going on? This don't even look right, B. So let's start motivating, right? The hell off this app, because when it go down, either way, you already still getting called an N-word over here by the crackinackers. We ain't wanted over here. They are racebook. You still get suspended over there for talking reparations while we over on these platforms. We might as well just leave at this point, you know what I mean? Black state of America is the way. I don't even know why we voting for either side, but I still kind of want to vote for Trump only because of the tetherknackers. Get these people the hell up out of here, yo. I'm not against anyone, even the folks that are those folks that are coming here don't want y'all here. Y'all messing up everything, yo. Inflation, cost of living going up. People don't lost their 401ks because all this inflation. They said, what did they say? I think like $2 trillion or some crazy number just hit the 401k market because of the inflation. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all making the price of eggs go up to $10 a dozen. Gas high as hell. Diapers and food for mothers is high, and the babies is high as hell. Families can't even afford to go get to what their little favorite things anymore, do little stuff, outings, family outings, because you almost damn near can't afford it at this point, yo. The Democrats are horrible. They horrible people, B. And people like D.L. Hughley, Jermaine Dupri. I'm on Jermaine Dupri page right now. You talk about ain't no street promotion out here. What you talk about? Be quiet, bro. Be quiet, bro. Because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me, B. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it ain't popping in Atlanta no more. I don't know. Son, come to Jersey because we be out here in the block. You know what I'm saying? Running this stuff down. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Once you put someone in position, sir. But they don't want to do that because they're already a part of the event. See that? You know what I mean? So, let's start huddling up. 42-42. Height. Pass someone the ball because I'm getting older, you getting older. Some of this information, we can't take it with us when it's over. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Start getting with the program, B. Some of us don't want to do that because we're waiting for someone to give you something. That's what the problem is. We're waiting around for someone, some magic bean to be planted in the ground and bang, it's there.
Hey,
This requires work, sir.
I was going to say real quick, DJ, because we got a new speaker up here too. And Professor, check your I sent you a message in the DM, Professor. Check that and get back to me and let me know because I want to see something about a link if it's a dead link. So if you get a chance, Professor, are you in the space still? Is Professor in the space?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm in the space.
Yeah, check your DM, Professor, and I put something in your DM and just check it. I need to know if it's a dead link so I can go ahead and try to get that fixed tomorrow. But let me know what's up. Hit me up in the DM and let me know real quick too. DJ, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm just saying the Go get your tax ID. That's it, fam. Get your Social Security ain't popping no more. It's over.
All right. I see we got a new.
Can I say something in regards to that?
Quad did real quick. Let me go ahead real quick because I want to get to the new speaker, Greg Nice. But go ahead.
DJ.
Hey, you can't hear us, Quad? Go drop down, come back up.
I hear you. I hear you now. I can't hear Toter.
You can't hear me? He can't hear me?
Drop down, Quad, come back.
Yeah, drop down, Quad did.
Update your phone, Quad. The X updated today.
Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead and get it in. I got Greg and I see Twizzle up here as well too. Go ahead, Greg. You got it.
Peace to the host, peace to the co-host, man. Peace to the speakers, peace to those who spoke, and most importantly, peace to the listeners. I just wanted to make a little correction, WPI. I work for one of the big three. 80% of that vehicle we make is American made, bro. Majority of the vehicles that you drive are made in America. There's only about 3 vehicles that aren't made in America. So for other companies as well, Ford is 85%, GM is about 75% of its parts and vehicles are made in this country, and the majority of those workers are Black Americans. So you are supporting Black Americans when you buy American vehicles. You are keeping those Black Americans in a middle class position. Thank you very much. I yield my time.
So that's what I said, buy American. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying a Honda or a Lexus because it's made in Atlanta and Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Appreciate that, Greg. Real quick, guys, for those that can support, once again, support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. We also have the PayPal, Venmo, and we also have the actual membership as well, too, guys. Professor, you say that link was working okay? It wasn't giving you an error or anything like that?
No, it didn't give me any error messages. It worked just fine.
Okay, so just checking. I know it was a question about the customer portal link not working, but Professor took a look at it. He said it's working okay. So definitely for anybody having an issue with that, just DM me. But Professor said it's working okay. So we'll see what's up on that. And like I say, once again, for those that can support us, we got 3 people to support us. Let's say we get 3-4 more people to support us before the night is over with. Even if it's $1 donation, guys, it's greatly appreciated. I know it's the end of the month, but for those that can, we definitely appreciate it. $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Also, if you ain't got Cash App, we do have PayPal, we do have Venmo, and we also have the actual membership as well too. I know it was an issue someone was saying they was having with the membership, but Professor just checked it out and he said it appears to be okay. So definitely we need that support. $Newstoter once again. Go ahead, Quad, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the Twizzle. I know you had to drop down.
Yeah, just really quickly, I know DJ mentioned getting your tax ID. I just want to go off on a little tangent on that if I could, right? If you guys can. It's kind of self-promotion. Yeah, self-promotion a little bit, right? I also do, on the side, life insurance. If y'all in Jersey, New York, holla at your boy. I do life insurance. That's all I have to do Aflac too. That's all I got to say.
You do index life?
I do index universal life. Yes, I do.
I'm about to send you a DM then. This is Twizzle. I'm sending you a DM, man. I'm sending you a follow as well.
I appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate that, Twizzle.
Wow, we got to make that page on social, bro. I know you're busy, but
shout out to 400 as well, too. Shout out to 400 for the contribution. Twizzle, go ahead. You got it.
Yes, indeed. How everybody doing on this good day of Thor Thursday? How y'all doing?
Oh, we doing pretty good. What's up now?
I know your rules and regulations, Newstoter. Shout out to everybody, white people, Professor, everybody. I know your rules, Newstoter. But 2 women just told me they gonna jump me and kick my butt. You know what I mean? So I feel like this Halloween. I feel like this Halloween it turned into Christmas for me. You know what I'm saying? But into the Black Men Summer Review.
I 100% disagree with it because it falls back to what I always said, what Malcolm X said, and Richard Pryor always once said. How could we trust, believe, or even follow these so-called entertainers and these celebrities that have to abide by their fans? You know what I'm saying? When you saw that Black Man Summit up there was a lot of celebrities and so-called people we never even seen before. And one thing I've been knowing and been experienced throughout all my 50 years of life, they don't never really talk to black men from the grassroots. They don't talk to black women from the grassroots. When you look at black people on TV, we look at them like, who is these people? They not, like us, So we really have a absence of real black Americans out there to fight for us, speak for us, not only that, stand for us. And with that Black Man Summit, I really disagreed with it because it was more of a beta male, feminine LGBTQ summit, because that's all I got. I didn't see not one masculine black man who stood up with his chest out, 10 toes down, head held high. I didn't see none of that. I just seen a bunch of soft beta males, who looking like they was finna go meet with their boyfriend for lunch later. And that's what I got. We don't have too much masculine blackness out here nowadays because a lot of these dudes are henpecked, they're mama's boys, and they're looking for a woman to be their mama. It's not too many men out here know how to stand on their own, work on their own, find their own, and build on their own. In my time, men had to work with their hands. If you didn't have a trade, you didn't have no survival skill. A trade is a survival skill. So if this grid was to shut down, the internet, everything is to shut down right now, do any man in here know how to make fire? Do any man know how to go out there and hunt and kill the skin and smooth? Do any man know how to build and make shelter? I was lucky. I grew up with a dad and I grew up with Boy Scouts, so I know how to do a lot of stuff. Some things I can't do. I can't do plumbing and electric, but I know how to build. I know how to lay a foundation. I know how to build the walls. I know how to I know how to do things. You know what I'm saying? So we in a situation right now to where us older men like me, I'm willing to contribute and give to these young dudes nowadays because a lot of these young dudes are looking for somebody to help them and save them. That as us being black men, ain't nobody gonna save us. Right. Nobody's gonna care about us. And I know you don't like cussing, but nobody's gonna give a F about us. We need to learn how to be trailblazers. We need to go out. These young dudes, men like me, and I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to give everything I got to sacrifice to give to teach young dudes and they teens from 14 to 20 to teach them on how to be men and what to expect when they come through those once you come through those doors of men, once you come from 18 to men, I'm willing to teach them that because it was a lot of things nobody taught me. Like when I got arrested, nobody taught me about the judicial system. When I came to money, nobody taught me about the financial system. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of things that young black men are being deprived of because they know once we get it, we're going to rise. So we're going to rise to the top so high to where we're going to reinvent the whole new modernization. You know what I'm saying? I have this thing, so I'm not going to land my plane on this, but I'm going to go right here. This thing, and I don't care who disagree with me, but I say this. When I did that broadcast on PBS, when I told them about reparations, I told them our black reparations is our reparations for a renaissance, a rebirth. Just like how Harlem had his renaissance, black America need our rebirth. We need our renaissance because we've been deprived and held back and been discriminated against so long. It's time for us to exercise our will, our rights without no restraints. So that's why I say our reparations is our beginning for a new black American renaissance. I'm sorry, y'all. I land my plane there, and I love my family. Shout out to everybody, y'all.
Real talk. And Twizza, what you was talking about, like, helping the young brothers and stuff like that, that might not be, I don't know if you have one or not, but it sounds like that'd be the makings of a forming a nice little non-profit or something like for yourself as well, too. And, doing some kind of mentorship and, you can get grants and you can get donations and stuff like that as well, too. And if you're good with your hands like that, like you said, you can pass that along and help them as well, too. Help them develop a skill and a trade and everything like that. That might not be a bad thing, man.
I thought about that. And once we started, we can start something to where I can have it on the West Coast. Our brothers can have it in the South. Our brothers can have it on the Southeast, like in Florida, and the East Coast and the Midwest. We can start a connection in the web to it because that's what we need. Because I know in my time, in my eldest time, when they was in high school, they had craftsmanship class. A lot of dudes was going to carpentry, learning how to build houses. A lot of dudes was going into plumbing, and a lot of dudes was going into electrician. They had that in high school, to where when you graduate, what did you want to do? They don't have that now. So a lot of our young black brothers don't know how to work with their hands, and that's a major attribute that we need to have as a man. That's how these immigrants, when they coming over here, they putting them in them shop classes. They putting them in them engineering classes, them contract classes. That's how come when they come over here, they coming over here doing work, building houses, doing carpentry, building bathrooms and all that. You know what I mean? I'm serious. We really need to put that into our youth. And I really want to do that, because it's not about me. I want to invest into the youngest. I don't have a son. I have 2 daughters. So since I don't have a son, I want to invest into young black men. All the things I know, what I've been through, and what I experienced. Because when I graduated 18, when I turned 18, graduated from high school, they didn't teach me about when I went to jail, when I got knocked, about when you go to jail for your arraignment. When you go to jail, you have to put a plea in. When you go to jail, you have to do this. Then when you go to jail, you have to go for a bond. I wasn't taught all that. I wasn't taught to when you get money, like I was just talking to the gentleman about an IUL. We wasn't taught all this. I just learned this when I got my business in 2022 about an index life insurance company. Index life insurance policy, to where you put a certain amount of money down, to where you pay on that, you will receive that money once every year. I didn't know nothing about that. I first came across it when Tony Romo was playing football. They announced that Tony Romo spent $60,000 for a $50 million life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? That's what brought it to my attention. This is things that we need. Financial literacy. Not only that, it's power. I always talk about power. It's a difference between money and power. You know, people have money, but they don't have no power. But it's people who have power who don't have money. Think about what you want to have, and I land my plane right there. Shout out to the room, y'all.
Real talk. Twizzle in here dropping some game up in here for everybody. So shout out to Twizzle, that brother on the West Coast, and definitely appreciate it and love when you come up in the space as well too, man. So shout out to you, and hopefully, yeah, man, that's something.
Y'all back, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Shout out to my brother Greg Nice too.
Yeah, shout out, man, because that's something, like you said, when we was I graduated in the late 90s, so you know we didn't, and then they did have it to a certain degree, Twizzle, but it was nothing like it was in the 60s or 70s and even the 80s, and it was just pretty much like, hey, because I think me and DJ was talking about that. We had a graphic arts design class, and you know we go up in the class, and the teachers we supposed to be learning how to do graphic design and stuff, man. They let us sit up there and talk and whatnot, and just pretty much just, hey, you didn't have to do nothing, and they just pass you along.
Newstoter, that's the pure definition of racism. They hide it from us. You know what I'm saying?
The teacher was black, though. The teacher was black.
He was a coon. You know, we had coons too. Like I said, I don't trust clean-shaven black men. You know what I mean? But that's the whole thing. Like I say, the game is to be sold, not told. And I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna take a picture and a video of the last house that was built by the black construction class of McClimas High School. My big homie who gave me my name, Twan Boski. I'll never forget. He was in high school. I was in elementary school. But every day he had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the carpentry class because they was building the house, part of their school project. They was building a freaking house, bro. A house that somebody live in right now. You can Google map it right now. It's on 16th. You can type in Oakland, California, 16th and Magnolia. That house on the corner was built by young black men from McClimas High School in their carpentry class, bro. And I know this because I remember my big partner. He used to go with his utility belt, his worker belt, and everything, and they was working on that house. But they got rid of all of that because they saw that we were getting so independent, and we were getting so reliant on ourselves. You know, the system of racism, the European society, they want us dependent. You know, as long as we're dependent and we need them, we're no threat. But if we're independent and we don't need them, we making money on our own, that's when we become a threat. That's why drugs became some of the number one enemy of America, because black men was making money, was making millions, and they didn't need the government, they didn't need the system. Not only that, it was getting black women off of welfare, so they didn't have to come take them black women children. I know they took me from my mother when I was 3 years old, all because my mother couldn't explain where she got a toaster from. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. So they talk about drugs is bad. It may have its bad, but it also had its good too. So I'm gonna learn my plane there. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
All right, appreciate that, Twizzle. Let me go ahead and get back to let me get to Moku, and then I'm gonna get to Aunt Lai. Moku, go ahead, and then we're gonna get to Aunt Lai. Anybody else that wants to speak as well too? We ain't gonna keep the space going too much longer. That's what I'm trying to get my people on up here. I see my girl Stephanie down there. I see Original down there, Goddess. I see a bunch of y'all down there. Go ahead, Moku, you got it. What's up, Shannon? I see you down there too. 400. You there, Moku? Moku, can you hear me? Okay, Moku might be in the Matrix too.
Dude, Twitter been tripping all
Twitter be tripping all the time.
I was on here, dude. My phone just flashed bright white, and the whole Twitter app dropped. I don't know what's going on, bro. I just bought the new iPhone 16. This motherfucker, Twitter been tripping on this thing since I got it, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Whatever y'all do, if you got an iPhone, do not do that update. Do not do that update. ISO 18. Do not do that update. It's gonna mess your phone all the way up. It's gonna mess your phone up to force you to go buy that new iPhone. That's the only thing I hate about Apple, bro. They mess your phone up and slow your phone down just so you can go buy that new iPhone, man. And I was a sucker and went and bought one.
Let me see
and bought the watch. It went out like a sucker.
They check for updates in the iOS store for Twitter though. See what I'm saying? It updated it, so y'all might have an update over there for that.
Let me see if Aunt Lai is here. Aunt Lai is here. Aunt Lai, are you still up in the space? Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. DJ Professor, y'all hold it down 1 minute, but go ahead, Aunt Lai.
Twizzle, you don't have to be a sucker.
That's not Lee. That's not Lee. That's not Lie. Lee.
Aunt Lai.
Lie. Oh, my bad. I'm being ghetto. Like, yeah, I'm ratchet.
No, it's
go
ahead. No, I was going to say, you can go ahead and give me that watch or whatever else you got.
I'm selling a watch right now.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money.
I'm selling the iWatch 6 because when I tried to update my watch, them motherfuckers told me they only gonna get excuse me, Neutral. They told me they only gonna give me $35 on my watch, and the new watch costs $700. I'm like, what? They like, we'll give you $35. I might as well keep it and sell them on Google or eBay or something for $100. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's highway robbery. But what I was gonna say in regards to what you were saying, in regards to the school, I had plumbing and electrical in school, and it was the reason why they took those things out of the school. They took those trades out of the school because they didn't want us to have them, and they also wanted to control the unions and the trades. Now the millionaire class is I don't know if you saw the article, but it was saying how HVAC, heat and plumbing, electrical, especially with the houses being built and all the construction, if you have a certificate in those areas, those are where the jobs at, and those are the people who are now the millionaires. And they wanted a class of people who are dependent because they don't want us independent. And anything you need me to do, I'm in the legal field. So anything you have in the legal field, you want somebody with legal advice or teaching classes, I'm a motivational speaker and author, and I talk about how I filed a lawsuit against the New Jersey judiciary in federal court with no attorney. But in regards,
you don't have to say no more. We've been looking for people like you. Like I said, we need, fuck these politicians. We need to build our group of lawyers. And I say that.
Language.
I'm sorry. I said forget them politicians. We need our group of lawyers because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give an example on receipt. Look at Michigan. Look at Dearborn, Michigan, and the Muslim Michigan. Each time they have an issue, you see a group of Muslim lawyers at a table fighting for their rights. I mean, a group of black lawyers that we have fighting for our rights. It's time for us to start cultivating our lawyers, y'all.
This is the thing about the lawyers. Now, because I don't have a law degree, if you had a law degree, I would be licensed by the state of New Jersey and the branch of government that I am suing. They would license me, and they would try to go after your license because they don't want you to go against them. And it's like once they have something to hang over your head, see, what happens is they try to use that and hold that. That's why no one ever stands up. So when I filed my lawsuit against them, and I understand, you got to understand white supremacy, I knew that they were going to fire me. But I also knew they were going to try to silence me. So I wrote a book about my case because once you settle your case and you get your money, you can't talk about what they did. They committed crimes against me. They illegally incarcerated my nephew because of my lawsuit. And they committed a whole bunch of charges. Like, I went to charge them with RICO. I called the FBI and everything. So I knew that they were going to seal the court documents and everything from my case. Now, if you Google my name, everything is public information. It's public record. So you can see how I accused them, what I accused them. You can see how they violated my rights. Every motion I filed, they threw it out the window. I lost so many motions, I can't even count. But the fact that I lost these motions is a violation of my constitutional rights. I could literally take it to the Supreme Court. But when they settle the case, which they know they're going to settle the case, they're going to make sure that they sealed all these documents so nobody would know how they're corrupt. That's the name of the game. So, and also, if I lose the motion, that's less money I'm entitled to when I settle the case, because if the motion would have went in my way, they're trying to limit their liability. So I wrote a book about what they did to me while my case is pending. So when you seal all those documents and you seal all them court and everything go away, I still have my book. And you can't seal my book. My book is protected by the First Amendment. Because I understood how white supremacy works. Now, if I would have had a law degree, they would try to go after you if you have a license. So you don't necessarily need a law degree. You just need a fighter. And you don't have people that's willing to fight the cause. Malcolm X wasn't an attorney, but he still was able to fight white supremacy. Dr. King wasn't an attorney, but he was still able to fight. You just need people to have the BALLS to fight white supremacy, and that's what you don't have. And you have a lot of people, like when you were saying how the leaders in the grassroots, we have a lot of grassroots organizations. Let's be clear. BET has they're white supremacists. They don't care. I don't even think we should call it BET. We should call it WET. We should call it WET. From now on, every black person should call it WET, because that's what it is. And it's the psychological mind games that they're playing by them even saying that this is a black entertainment. It's not. It's literally blackface for the new millennium. So that's why they keep getting away with saying that we have a black woman president that's not black, because they've been shoving it in our faces for 24 years that this is black entertainment television. Why don't we so support? It's not. It's wet. Call it what it is. But they just because they put the name, but they don't have the face behind it pulling the strings. So we just have to understand, it is important to have an attorney, but a lot of these attorneys that I've come to see, they hold their license against them and they go after them. They go after them when they go after the system. And there's certain things that they cannot do when you think you have an attorney. Like people talk about, what's that guy? Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump doesn't have a license in all these other states. So the only thing he really can offer cases is the media attention. So people say, oh, he an ambulance chaser or he is. He can't really file lawsuits in these places like that if he's not licensed there. He can only bring the media attention because when something is done to a black person, we can't go to the police. I don't know if you heard about that black man who got shot in his neck by his neighbor. He called the police 19 times. The police said there's nothing we can do. Once the media got involved, all of a sudden the police start made an arrest. So we just have to understand the system is really against us, and how do we operate in a system that's against us? And that's why I use the methods of taking the system and using it against, using their system against them. But it's people not understanding that. With the BET thing, the BET is playing along to the programming because it wasn't all black men. Most black men are conservative. Most black men are, even if they're not Democrat or Republican, they didn't really care about black men. It should have been Kamala Harris Black Male Summit, because that's who they were voting for. So we just have to be very careful about WET TV, because it's the fact that we even call it BET, to me, is like, who are we playing with? That is not BET. We know that it's not. So by us even giving it that name, we playing it with the mind game that it's black entertainment. Oh, like I didn't know they had an award show recently. I just heard something about this and something about that, but that's just the programming of it all. But it's definitely possible for us to solve all our problems. It's definitely possible because, again, we're not outnumbered, we're out-organized. And if we really get together on a the agenda of understanding, because there's a lot of infighting infractions with us, what we're gonna call ourselves. A lot of going at each other is pointless, because you fight somebody who look like you when we got a whole system to fight. But I mean, it's possible. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that we gotta fight. But it's how do we fight? And you fight, once you know the system, you have to fight against the system. The way the system is designed. That's why we're like, with my case, I knew I was filing a lawsuit against the branch of government. I knew what they do. They drag it out, then they seal the document.
Last, sweetie, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to go ahead and have you land your plane, because I'm going to get ready to end this one for the night. This is the fourth space we've had this week. We're trying to go back to get it back to do maybe three, sometimes 4 spaces a week. So I do appreciate it. I didn't mean to cut you off, sister, but I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end this thing for tonight. This has been a long week. And I just want to thank everybody once again for coming out and supporting the space as always, guys. Definitely appreciate everybody coming out. DJ, you got a space tonight? You and Professor got a space, or you no? Oh, okay. Well, that's right, because DJ said he's going to talk about local politics too. So the late night space will be starting up shortly here, guys. So we will be back next Monday. We'll be back next Monday, guys. So I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you to the speakers, the listeners, those who contributed on.
Hey, news.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Well, not holidays, but happy Halloween to those who celebrate it.
Yeah, happy Halloween to you guys as well, too. Shout out Ish. I see you just popped up in here. DJ and them, they about to go ahead and take it over for the night, the late night space as well, too. So shout out to those guys as well, too. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to end it for the night, guys. We'll be back Monday. We're going to have some pretty good spaces planned, I'm thinking, for next week as well, too. So definitely come through, support. Appreciate everybody. Love you guys. And peace. We will see you Monday.